priest is coming.
Power on. Bluetooth paired. Bluetooth connected.
Can't control us, no can hold us down. We gon' begin, even though we still struggling. Wonder us you leave, and we wondering. But don't fool no me. Patiently wait for some other day that's too far away. So right now I say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like the waving flag. And then it goes back. And then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like the waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. How come when the media stop covering it? There's a little help from the government. We forget about the people still struggling and assume that it's really all love again. See, we don't have to wait for things to break apart. If you weren't involved before, it's never too late to start. You probably think that it's too far to even have to care. Well, take a look at where you live. What if it happened there? You have to know the urge to make a change lies within. And we reason that they see their flag rise again.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
And then it goes back, and then it goes back,
Then it goes back. When I get older, when I get older, I will be stronger, just like a waving flag.
Fateful day, it's too far away. So right now I say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like the way it goes. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh,
So many wars set up in stores.
all that we've been through, and now there is more.
I hear them say, love is the way.
The answer, that's what they say.
But we're not just dreamers of broken down dreamers.
And we'll reach us and we'll lead us. This can't control us, no one can hold us down. We gon' pick it up even though we still struggling. Wonder how should be, and we wondering. But don't know me, patiently wait for some other day that's too far away. So right now I say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh, when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. When the media stop covering it, there's a little help from the government. We forget about the people still struggling and assume that it's really all done again. See, we don't have to wait for things to break apart. If you weren't involved before, it's never too late to start. You probably think that it's too far to even have to care. Well, take a look at where you live. What if it happened there? You have to know the urge to make a change lies within, and we can be the reason that they see their flag rise again.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
And then it goes back, and then it goes back.
Then it goes back.
I mean, yeah, maybe they're stuck. Maybe I need 80 bucks. 50.
When I get older, when I get older, I will be stronger. Just like
I'm gonna pause this while Caprice is here. Caprice just left. They're paying her double time for tonight. She has to work overnight 10 to 6. They couldn't find anybody else to cover the shift. And they had to fire a third shifter because she was making fun of the clients. And it was a big thing. Turned into a big thing. I gave her some caffeine pills. And Pepsi. She'll be able to stay awake. Oh, that's B12. I don't even know. Do I take vitamin C? No.
But we're not just dreamers of broken down grievers.
And we'll reach us and we'll see us. This can't control us, no one can hold us down. We gon' pick it up even though we still struggling. Longer us you'll be, and we wondering. But don't pull no me, patiently wait for some other day
That's too far away. So right now I say,
when I get older, I will be stronger. There's only freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh, when I get older, I will be stronger. There's only freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Media stop covering and there's a little help from the government. We forget about the people still struggling and assume that it's really all love again. Nah. See, we don't have to wait for things to break apart. If you weren't involved before, it's never too late to start. You probably think that it's too far to even have to care. Well, take a look at where you live. What if it happened there? You have to know the urge to make a change lies within, and we can be the reason that they see their flag rise again.
when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
And then it goes back, and then it goes back.
Then it goes
I got my moisturizing spray for dry mouth.
when I get older, I will be stronger, just like a waving flag.
Lunch.
It's too far away, so right now I say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back.
So many wars set up in stores.
All that we've been through, and now there is more.
I hear them say, love is the way.
Love is the answer, that's what they say.
But we're not just dreamers of broken down grievers.
And we'll reach us and we'll see. This can't control us, no one can hold us down. We gon' pick it up even though we still struggling. Longer us you'll be, and we wondering. But don't pull no me, patiently wait for some other day.
That's too far away. So right now I say,
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. In the media, stop covering and there's a little help from the government. We forget about the people still struggling and assume that it's really all love again. Nah. we don't have to wait for things to break apart. If you weren't involved before, it's never too late to start. You probably think that it's too far to even have to care. Well, take a look at where you live. What if it happened there? You have to know the urge to make a change lies within, and we can be the reason that they see their flag rise again.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
And then it goes back, and then it goes back.
Then it goes back. When I get older, when I get older, I will be stronger, just like a waving flag.
Alright.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. From a throne, older than known, we're fighting throne, for people's own.
But it's my home, all I have known.
Where I got gold, but now it's gold.
Out of the darkness, in came the carnage, threatening my very survival.
Fractured my streets and broke all my dreams. Now feels like defeat, a wretched retreat. So we struggle
Your password, deathpress.com.
and we wonder if we'll be free.
You have no messages in your mailbox.
For some fateful day, it's too far away. So right now I say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Whoa.
So many wars set up in stores.
All that we've been through, and now there is more.
I hear them say, love is the way.
Love is the answer, that's what they say.
But we're not just dreamers.
Oh God, I
Down
think that.
breathers.
And we'll reach us and we'll see us. This can't control us, no one can hold us down. We gon' pick it up even though we still struggling. Under our shoes, and we wondering, but don't move no we patiently wait for some other day.
That's too far away. So right now I say,
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Whoa. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. When the media stops covering and there's a little help from the government, we forget about the people still struggling and assume that it's really all love again. Nah, see, we don't have to wait for things to break apart. If you weren't involved before, it's never too late to start. You probably think that it's too far to even have to care. Well, take a look at where you live. What if it happened there? You have to know the urge to make a change lies within, and we can be the reason that they see their flag
Probably
rise
walking.
again.
when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
And then it goes back, and then it goes back.
Then it goes back. When
away. So right now I say, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back.
So many wars set up in scores.
All that we've been through, and now there is more.
I hear them say, love is the way.
Love is the answer, that's what they say.
But we're not just dreamers of broken down dreamers.
And we'll reach us and we'll see. This can't control us, no one can hold us down. We can pick it up even though we still struggling. Under our shoes, and we wondering, but don't know we patiently wait for some other day that's too far away. So right now I say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. How come when the media stops covering and there's a little help from the government, we forget about the people still struggling and assume that it's really all love again? Nah. See, we don't have to wait for things to break apart. If you weren't involved before, it's never too late to start. You probably think that it's too far to even have to care. Well, take a look at where you live. What if it happened there? You have to know the urge to make a change lies within, and we can be the reason that they see their flag rise again.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag.
And then it goes back, and then it goes back.
Then it goes back. When I get older, when I get older, I will be stronger, just like a waving flag.
When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. From a throne, older than known, but violent prone, poor people's own.
But it's my home, all I have known.
Where I got gold, but now it's gold.
Out of the darkness, in came the carnage, threatening my very survival.
Fractured my streets and broke all my dreams. Now feels like defeat, a wretched retreat. So we struggling, fighting to eat, and we wondering if we'll be free. We cannot wait for some fateful day. It's too far away. So right now I say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. Oh,
So many wars set up in scores.
all that we've been through, and now there is more.
I hear them say,
Love is the answer, that's what they say.
but we're not just dreamers of broken down dreamers.
And we'll reach
I got an email from Claimant, Colorado.
us, no one can hold us down. We gon' pick it up even though we still struggling. Wonder how should we wondering, but don't know we patiently wait for some
It says,
that's too far away. So right now I say,
Dear claimant, our records indicate that a claim for unclaimed property was initiated in your name. Oh, okay. As of this date, we have not yet received documents for your claim. If you wish to pursue this claim, please review Section C of the claim form for an itemized list of documents needed to issue payment. If you have any questions, please contact us. It looks like all I'm going to need is my driver's license, social security number. I don't really understand it. If all the names and the amounts owe me money, it's probably about $5,000. Bet you'd fix my knees then. I don't really understand how it works. No? Well, I printed up its 9 pages. Right. Cool. I'm reading Indian Country today. One of the articles is Paradigm Shift. Tribe is now an owner of the power grid. That's good. That doesn't happen. I mean, they should get to own something that they own. Harvesting sacred cedar. Mm-hmm. Almost there then. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's today? It's the 12th. The Shawnee reclaimed the Great Serpent Mound. Oh. What is today? Today's the 12th. Alright. I don't know. Kinda. Oh. Ashley Barty. Njarigo. Njarigo. Jarigo woman wins Wimbledon. Mm-hmm. 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 Hi. Mm-hmm. Wow. The deal will be hugely profitable for the tribe, but will not cost the utilities ratepayers any more than it would have cost without the tribe's involvement. Because of the way utilities are structured, the very right to invest in a project is valuable. There are lots of winds here. The tribe has ownership of the power lines that cross the reservation. Southern California has 3 times the access to clean power sources. Southern California Edison says the project was completed 5 months early and well under budget for the 48-mile project from near Palm Springs to Vista and San Bernardino substations, tripling the capacity of power delivery in the area. That'd be great. Former Chairman Martin said ownership of utility lines is a new model. Quote, we're willing to share the model with any tribe that has this issue across the country, and there's thousands and thousands of miles that go through reservations. Unquote. That's very something. Too tired. Martin? Oh, yeah.
When you order a quarter pound of cheese, you're committing your uninterrupted attention to a quarter pound of fresh beef. It's the world's best tasting do not disturb sign. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Arizona is home to 22 tribal nations and more than 240,000 Native Americans. Arizona State University builds on more than 6 decades of working and partnering with tribal nations and communities. Many of our Native faculty incorporate indigenous knowledge systems in seeking solutions through a process of community engagement that respects and honors traditional ways of thinking. Together, we are creating community solutions leading to a more equitable future.
This is Indian Country Today.
S. Willie, yes, F. Thank you for joining us. I'm Patty Tholomva. Indian country today is turning the big 4-0 today. Our humble beginnings started in 1981 on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota, when Tim Gallego founded the Lakota Times newspaper. It was the first independently owned Native American newspaper. It came out weekly, and soon Gallego realized the content was needed across the country. He changed the name to Indian Country Today in 1989. It has survived a few changes in ownership and the change from a printed paper to the digital age. And now we have our own television newscast. ICT is committed to telling the stories of Indigenous people, with those stories reported mostly by Native journalists. Our president, Karen Michelle, shares more about that mission.
I'd say we have a really strong reputation as a premier news source covering Native communities. And we do things, cover stories that the mainstream media does not. And those stories are written and produced by Indigenous journalists for an Indigenous audience. And so I think that's really, why we matter.
Today, we are an independent nonprofit news enterprise owned by Indig Public Media. So, happy birthday to us. Puyallup tribal citizens are returning to their ancestral lands in Washington state to harvest cedar tree bark for the first time in years. The state's Department of Natural Resources was surveying an area when they identified trees that had previously been harvested. The department reached out to the tribe to invite them to come harvest. Before harvesting the cedar, tribal members thank each tree they cut into. They work carefully to not cut too wide or too deep, which could kill the tree. After pulling off strips of cedar bark that could be up to 40 feet long, the tree's sap seals the exposed sapwood and begins to heal. Then they remove the hard bark from the soft inner bark. The tribe's cultural center is now leading weekly harvests in the area. There are several lawsuits being filed against the USDA over funds earmarked for socially disadvantaged farmers, which include Indigenous farmers. Currently, federal judges in Florida and Texas have issued preliminary injunctions halting the distribution of funds. The USDA has vowed to fight for the American Rescue Plan debt relief that, as Karina Dominguez reports, Native American farmers would be eligible for.
Native farmers say they've been left out of the USDA's federal loan process historically. Those who did manage to get the loans were looking forward to the debt relief outlined in the American Rescue Plan. However, a federal judge granted a preliminary injunction halting the $4 billion program that would have forgiven loans for roughly 15,000 farmers, half of which are Native American. The debt relief was outlined for farmers who have been subjected to racial or ethnic prejudice. But many white farmers are claiming the program discriminates against them.
These white farmers are saying that they're harmed by Native American farmers receiving help. Tell me, how can helping a Native American farmer harm a white farmer who for decades has gotten all the aid and all the relief?
Boyd says the white farmers are being represented by conservative groups in 7 states.
We need to make sure that we're having this conversation, that people understand that it's not racist to address decades of racial discrimination.
Farm Service Agency Administrator Zach Ducheneau says the funding is necessary.
There has been a multi-generational systemic inequity.
He says the funding would help the American rural economy.
It's a once in a multi-generational opportunity to improve their economic standing.
The USDA is still urging farmers to continue submitting paperwork and says it's ready to process payments as soon as the legal battles are resolved.
So the USDA is fighting
Indian Country
the courts.
Today.
The next phase of the Restoration
in
Act
favor of
for the Leech
tribes,
Lake Band of Ojibwe
tribal farmers
Reservation is
receiving
starting.
debt relief.
The act was signed into law in December of 2020. It identifies and transfers more than 11,000 acres to be held in trust for the tribe. The Leech Lake Band and the Chippewa National Forest have created a plan of survey to identify potential lands for the transfer. These lands will enable the band to invest in future generations with economic and residential development. According to the Bemidji Pioneer, the lands being transferred hold historical and cultural significance to the band. Some of the next steps include continuing to identify potential transfer lands and finalizing maps. And those are the headlines from Indian Country Today. I'm Patty Thalahunva. It's Independence Day week this week, and we have a special feature to remember the holiday.
We meet warriors for change in Indian country, from human rights, environment, education, and basketball. Stay tuned.
This is Indian Country Today.
Senator Tom Brewer is the first and only Native American in the Nebraska legislature. He served in Afghanistan, and he's a strong advocate for rural and Native American issues. He worked with Frank Lemire and others to close liquor stores in White Clay, Nebraska. It's on the Nebraska border next to the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota.
Well, I understand that I grew up very near White Clay, just a few miles away, so I had seen the ugliness, the issues that had plagued the Native people in that area for generations. And so when the opportunity came to close the liquor stores, we were under a lot of pressure not to do it because obviously the big liquor companies wanted to continue to sell 4 million cans of beer a year there, and the stores that made money wanted to continue to make money. But it was such a terrible burden, not just on the community, on the Native people of Pine Ridge, but on Sheridan County, because of the number of ambulance calls and all the requirements that came with trying to support what was going on there. And it turned out it was a lack of law enforcement. That caused them to close the liquor stores, and there were all kinds of horror stories about all the deaths that would be on the highway as a result of that. And I'm happy to report that it's been over 3 years now, and the fatality deaths have went down drastically, and new businesses have started, and it's just been a good news story. Probably the single biggest thing that has come out of it is a project called Makerspace, and Makerspace is a project where different pieces of equipment, sewing machines, quilting machines, things that are put into a building, and people are given a chance to learn how to use them, and then they take their skills and they make things and then sell them. And it has caused the community that used to be torn apart to come together. And so, that along with the new dollar store and some other businesses that have really caused.
I understand your brother Jeff is the sheriff of Sheridan County.
He is, and he did not become the sheriff until after the liquor stores closed in White Clay. But I will tell you, he was one of the very strongest advocates to see it close, because he's seen over the years how destructive that was. And there was no benefit to any of the communities to have those liquor stores there. There were a few individuals who made tremendous profit, but for the most, they did it on the backs of thousands of people that struggled with alcoholism. And so I will assure you that he will never support the idea of ever bringing liquor stores back to White Clay. And White Clay now requires him to maybe send one deputy a week up there, where they used to be have deputies up there every day, all day long. So it's a much different environment, and I think the costs for ambulance calls and things are something that has benefited the county, because now they can focus on the real needs. It has been a focus that a number of state senators have been working on, and it traces back to White Clay. White Clay was a hub for human trafficking, for prostitution, for bootlegging. I mean, it was a cesspool of really evil things. But one of the things that was needing to be addressed, and it wasn't just here in Nebraska, the problems were worse in Montana and North Dakota and other places. were visiting indigenous women were just unaccountable and almost lost the system. And there was no way that they were using a unified method to figure out what was going on. So what we forced was the issue of uniting states, federal and local law enforcement to tracking and understanding what information was available, how they could pursue these missing women, and that was never there before. What happened was there would be an elderly over public. There was no bigger focus. So I think it was long overdue, and it was what was needed. And unfortunately, we're still not where we need to be with that. There's still a lot of challenges. I gave 8 years of my life over there. I saw so much good. I saw so much change. And there's things about Afghanistan that remind you a lot of some of the challenges on Indian reservations. It's a tribal society. Their main concern is about their family, taking care of their family and just being able to live day to day, which is a great example of most of the challenges on many Indian reservations. And to now see that essentially coming apart, which I think is happening with the departure of all the NATO and U.S. forces from there. You see the blood, the treasure, the work that's put into that. And, you know, the reason we're just a hollow we did so much, we made so much progress, especially with programs for women and some of our ag programs. Things that would sustain their society. But unfortunately, there's an element that is constant over there that will, I fear, turn it into a similar situation. And we're there, and for the sake of all of those who helped us as interpreters and support them and their families are part of this. So it's really kind of a sad chapter in history.
And the way I'm envisioning, actually its application is no longer visual. I'm still down with a good idea. But the way that I'm applying this, this self-study is one to actually live it. Investing my time and a lot of the energy that I've actually been doing kind of as my side, as a side job but a lot of my time is usually which is the school that was started during the World Apple Resistance Camp. And we're literally trying to recreate a sustainable structure, a sustainable system, but fashioned after the same idea that where students were engaged in the community working, with community leaders, and there was a Buffalo Butchery, they were there doing that. And also creating a similar system that we can actually impact and do that for students. And I also want to learn and align and collaborate with other indigenous peoples who are engaged in radical South movement. Some of the
is on the east side of St. Paul, and we invite community members in to help restoration efforts. So we have a program that we work with the city of St. Paul called Restore, where we take out invasive species, we plant native species, and then we take in the fall, we'll harvest those seeds that will then get propagated to create the next generation of those plants for those species in the future. So we involve a lot of community members in those restoration efforts. We also have, community events and programs that talk about environmental education from a native perspective. This is about 80 acres, give or take, of land that overlooks the Mississippi River, is in, very well within the boundaries of historic Georgia Village, and is known to have cultural resources and artifacts that discovered on this property. For over 100 years, this property has been used as a boys' juvenile detention facility, which was recently closed in 2019. And so this is owned by the county, Ramsey County Corrections. And so the county now has to go through a community engagement process and really understand how the community wants to engage with the space moving forward. But what's most exciting, I think, for us in the Working with Free project is the idea that there is overwhelming majority of this 80 acres that has never been plowed. So there's never been a plow on the ground. And that's really hard to find here in an urban area like this in cities. And so there are there's old growth oak savanna. There's one oak that's been dated back to you mentioned Jonathan Carver in the opening 1766, and that oak tree was there when Jonathan Carver was here in 1766. So that's just really incredible land and history and how we protect that land as native people, and then with general
We're just, really excited about the things getting back to the last one. That was in 2019 when I received the diploma for leadership. So it'll be good to celebrate talent, athletes out there. There's just so many kids that come from all over, that present so many kind of questions. There's just so many talented athletes out there. So many to talk about. But a few names that people should catch a game to for everybody. One thing that I'm really excited about, we got to watch for a few times now. His name is Jason White. He's out of White Children. He's from the European English. And he was named Mr. Basketball this year. And he'll be starting his career out from the junior college hopes and transferring to a division program. So he's definitely someone I think that people should watch and try to catch a game to. Also, he's just a great ambassador for the team. He's a great ambassador for his people on his team. Just a really extraordinary, and I always enjoy speaking. Well, you don't do it at Abbey. I've been fortunate this year to travel to a handful of Native American high school tournaments, Oklahoma, Arizona, Kansas, to name a few spots. And you really kind of have to pound the pavement and sit in the bleachers, watch games, cover games. For me, it's a 12-hour day to sit in those gyms and cover kids and analyze kids and stuff like that. So you really kind of have to also get your ear to the ground and talk to some of the coaches and some of the kids there. They'll always share the information with you. So I'm always looking for the big Native American star that's going to be playing other sports besides basketball. With the stones, eight isoregions that they're going to use for different locations. And so, with that many teams and that many games, we're going to have Phoenix 2 or 4 full games. So the logistics that go into it is pretty crazy. I don't know how to do it, honestly. But what we're going to have is 7 games that we're going to be using. Realistically, you're going to go in that altitude range, you're probably only going to go to 2 or 3 because of the distance required to get from one gym and back to the next gym and stuff like that. So there's definitely a lot of work, and my hat always goes on to the wonderful staff. And they do a great job every year. Like I said, it's the 18th year. You don't, in Indian country, you don't get to say 18th year in anything unless you're doing something right. And that is always my job.
This is Indian Country Today.
got a big dinner of chicken pot pie. Marie Calendar is the large size. It looks really good. Of course, they torture me more when I'm gonna make some good to eat. I'm gonna make something to eat or make some good to eat.
Find out what your home is worth instantly. Just enter your address into Redfin's free home estimate tool.
Arizona is home to 22 tribal nations and more than 340,000 Native Americans. Arizona State University builds on more.
There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. I'm just a lonely boy in a great big lonely world. Someone like you could make my dreams come true. Then all the mountains I could climb if you just put your hand in mine. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Make a rainy day sunny in my mind. You make the world seem like a friend to me. Yeah, there ain't nothing I couldn't do if you were there to see me through. And I loved you and knew that you loved me. Come on, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Well, I would feel 10 feet tall if you were at my side. Ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. The kings would give up thrones to be in love for just 1 hour like me, and that's the way I'd feel if I had you. Come on, girl, la la la. This world I couldn't do. La 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 la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Come on, little woman. La la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. I'm just a lonely boy in a great big lonely world. Someone like you could make my dreams come true. Then all the mountains I could climb if you just put your hand in mine. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. My world seemed like a friend to me. Yeah, there ain't nothing I couldn't do if you were there to see me through. And I loved you and knew that you loved me. Come on, la la la.
They used to have square chunks of chicken that were kind of tough, and I figured they were dark meat, bleached white meat. But the chicken in here is tender now. There are some, they're not big cube chunks anymore. They're better.
There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La 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 la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Well, I would feel 10 feet tall if you were at my side. Ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. The kings would give up thrones to be in love for just 1 hour like me, and that's the way I'd feel if I had you. Come on, girl, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La 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 la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Come on, little woman, la la la. La la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. I'm just a lonely boy in a great big lonely world. Someone like you could make my dreams come true. Then all the mountains I could climb if you just put your hand in mine. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La 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 la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. You can make a rainy day sunny in my mind. You make the world seem like a friend to me. Yeah, there ain't nothing I couldn't do if you were there to see me through. And I loved you and knew that you loved me. Come on, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La 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 la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Well, I would feel 10 feet tall if you were at my side. Ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. The kings would give up thrones to be in love for just 1 hour like me, and that's the way I'd feel if I had you. Come on, girl, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La 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 la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Come on, little woman, la la la. La la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. great big lonely world. But someone like you could make my dreams come true. Then all the mountains I could climb if you just put your hand in mine. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Make a rainy day sunny in my mind. You make the world seem like a friend to me. Yeah, there ain't nothing I couldn't do if you were there to see me through. And I loved you and knew that you loved me. Come on, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La 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 la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Well, I would feel 10 feet tall if you were at my side. Ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. The kings would give up thrones to be in love for just 1 hour like me, and that's the way I'd feel if I had you. Come on, girl, la la la. This world I couldn't do. La 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 la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Come on, little woman. La la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do.
Oh, we were so close.
La la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. I'm just a lonely boy in a great big lonely world. Someone like you could make my dreams come true. Then all the mountains I could climb if you just put your hand in mine. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. You can make a rainy day sunny in my mind. You make the world seem like a friend to me. Yeah, there ain't nothing I couldn't do if you were there to see me through. And I loved you and knew that you loved me. Come on, la la la, la la la. Nothing in this world I couldn't do. Ah, la la la, la la la. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Well, I would feel 10 feet tall if you were at my side. Ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. The king would give up thrones to be for just 1 hour like me, and that's the way I'd feel if I had you. Come on, girl, la la la, la la la. There ain't nothing in this world I couldn't do. La 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 la, la la la.
I'm gonna upload this.